to whom this may concern. As I watch from above, I see my little sister and mom crying uncontrollably as my dad tries to comfort them. My friends are not able to view my body without dropping to the ground. A song I used to love to hear is playing softly in the background. I never thought I would be hearing it play a week after my senior prom at my funeral. I had such a good life it almost seemed perfect. My name is Jonathan Thompson Spencer III. I was star quarterback of our high school football team. I had already signed with Appalachian State University and was looking forward to my college years. I was one of the first graduates of my school's mentoring program and named Mentor of the Year for 2 consecutive years. High school was different this year because COVID-19 caused us to have to work online. Our senior trip and all school activities were canceled. We were so excited when the school board said we could have a prom, so our class decided to celebrate big. We had been away from one another for such a long time, and we thought we were going to have the best time of our life. I did many speeches for the freshman and sophomore classes on the importance of staying alive by not drinking when you drive. And what did I do? Just the opposite. Mom, Dad, sister, I am so sorry. I know they can't hear me. If only I could have one more chance, I would never take another drink. I'm so sorry. I'm screaming for the musician to stop the song, but the song is still playing. How do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times that made us laugh outweighed the bad. I thought we'd get to see forever, but forever has gone away. I am so sorry. When I think back to that night, it is all a blur. Everyone was excited. There was so much going on, and we danced all night. We were all singing along to the music, and one of my friends came up and whispered to everyone about a party afterward. We all started to make our way to the house. The only problem was I didn't have a ride. It didn't matter though, because who's going to skip out on this night? On the way to the party, we were packed like sardines into my best friend's car. We walked into the house, and a fellow teammate walked up to me with a beer in his hand, along with an extra one for me. How could I turn it down? Next thing I know, I'm 10 beers in and it's 4 a.m., so I needed to find a ride home. I saw the friend who brought me here and asked for a ride, and he told me to get into his car. I asked if he had been drinking, and he said he had, but it was totally fine to drive home, so I got in the car. He started to swerve here and there, but it wasn't bad enough to take my attention away from the words of the song. Suddenly, I saw headlights of a car, but he didn't. He never did until we were right in front of them, and then he tried to jerk the wheel back into our lane, but it was too late. Little did we know, we'd both lose our lives that night. Drinking with friends can be fun, but it's important to remember the consequences of drinking and driving. Some of the long-term consequences are that you could receive a DUI, lose your license, or hurt yourself, or even another individual. Looking back, I would have done so many things differently. As soon as I decided I was going to pick up a drink, I should have started to make a game plan. I needed to figure out if I was going to stay the night or not. And since I decided to leave, I should have arranged for someone that was undoubtedly sober to come get me. I shouldn't have even had one drink if I didn't know how I was going to get home. I should have considered every possibility of what could have happened if my friend was to drive in the state he was in. I should have considered every life that could have been taken due to our own stupidity. I could still be alive. My message is an example of the boomerang effect. Although I decided to drink and then get in the car with someone who was drinking and driving, I'm hopeful to reverse the intended effect that drinking and driving can have. When asking someone to drive you home and you're unsure whether they've drank or not, ask around. Don't just take their word for it. Pay attention during the party to see who's drinking and who's not. It's observations like these that can save lives if someone were to drive home in a drunken state. I cannot say this enough. Do not get in the car with someone who has been drinking. If you were to drive and kill yourself or someone else, those families would not be able to get over it. Be vigilant and smart, even when you're having fun. The only thing I can do now is hope that you've read this letter and make better decisions at prom than I did. Hopefully, by me sharing the pure expression of my experience, those who are reading this will learn from my mistake. As Leon Festinger would say, look at the positives of not drinking and driving, and look at the negatives of what could happen if you did. Best regards, Jonathan Thomas Spencer.